chavales, estáis en el canal de juego. Vamos con la toma de contacto de Sherlock Holmes, el último que ha salido. Que me he hecho con él porque soy un forofa férrimo del señor Holmes. Y este no podía faltar, y menos en Play 4, o sea que... Ya el anterior en Play 3 es chulísimo. Así que por lo menos probaremos el principio para ver qué tal.
Holmes! Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad.
Hijo de la gran puta. Que nos va a volar la oreja.
Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded? Oh, you...
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate.
Paso firme, cosas de... Hostia, esto lo han puesto como en la serie, tío, y la peli.
Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
Las deducciones de Holmes.
You can see me.
Qué guay.
Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Cuadrado para abrir con comprobar tu progreso actual. Esto no lo han cambiado mucho. Sigue prácticamente igual. Lo que se ve muchísimo mejor. Toda la charla. Inspeccionar Wooden Lee.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
My archive. I can always consult with it, if needed. This is where I keep my post.
Joder, clavado con una carta, ¿sabes?
This is where I keep my archive. I can always consult with it, if needed.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
Se nota el hecho de que esto está hecho más bien para...
A map of London and the
PC.
surrounding area. It could be useful.
Porque tiene...
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
¿No has terminado aquí?
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
No sé, eso es de irte en pijama, ¿no? Es un poquito brusco. Supongo que hasta que no me... No jodas. Pues... Ay, la leche. Puedes cambiar a Holmes. No me veo yo a Holmes con barba de 40 días. Parte del maquillaje aplicado... Nada. Que sí. Y supongo que... La ropa también. Qué cachondo esto, ¿no? Pues esto es la primera vez, o al menos que yo haya visto, vamos. Y mira que me he jugado unos cuantos. Ajá. Vamos, que te puedes vestir para la ocasión, depende de dónde vayas. Esto está cachondo. Ahora ya nos podemos ir, ¿no? Sí. Voy a acostumbrarme a los meneos. También conocido como Peter el Negro, nació en el 45, esto es lo que nos ha contado. Mola, es el espacio ese que te dejan para leerte bien las cosas.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Qué chulo.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Y esto, como es no más costumbre de los otros. Vale, tienes primera persona. Puedes correr. Centra tu atención para encontrar detalles que otros no se ven. Hostia, qué chulo.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Bah, otro tira horas. Me cago
Inspector
en 10.
Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Gráficamente es una pasada, ¿eh?
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Hostia la leche. Para mirar detalles. ¡Qué caña, tío!
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Elige la prueba como prueba de las declaraciones de los personajes que continúan la investigación.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
¡Qué grande! Fua, esto va a tener horas, vamos. Pues chavales, ya hemos visto medianamente cómo deduce el señor Holmes y demás. Subiré el modo campaña, lo subiré entero, porque este juego me encanta. Es simplemente para que vierais cómo se ve y cómo actúa Holmes y demás. Así que ya sabéis, suscribiros al canal, le dais un like si os gusta y a esparcir como un virus. Y muchísimas gracias, chavales, por estar ahí. Ya me pondréis en los comentarios qué os parece. Venga, hasta luego.